Well, we've been kind of hanging out in France for the past couple of days, and just crossed over into Belgium, into the Ardennes forest. It seems like as soon as we crossed the French-Belgian border, it immediately got forested and hilly. And I'm so completely excited about where we're going. I'm a big fan of the history of the 101st Airborne and Easy Company of the Band of Brothers. And today we're going to be going up to the spot where they fought at the Battle of the Bulge outside of Bastogne. So today is going to be fulfilling a long-held dream of mine, to go and see where these guys actually fought. Can't believe that I'm here. Oh, just made it, and it's a little bit chilly. So we are in between Bastogne and the town of Foy. I think locally they pronounce it Foy. And we are on the southern end of the Beaujolais, where the men from Easy Company fought in the Battle of the Bulge. And as you can see, they have a memorial set up to these guys. Gosh, cannot believe that I'm here. Okay, so here on the memorial for the men of Easy Company, have the names listed of the men who died here. Some of them, if you watch the TV show Band of Brothers, would probably sound familiar, like Donald Hubler and Muck and Pinkala are listed amongst these others. And right behind the memorial, you can see right back in this area, this is the Beaujolais. And this is where the men of Easy Company set up a perimeter to help defend Bastogne. So we're going to go over there and take a look around for ourselves. Alright, well, I am in the Beaujolais, where the men of Easy Company were positioned, holding the line against the Germans that were trying to collapse the perimeter around Bastogne. And this is on the southern end of the Beaujolais, and my gosh, I know I should have something smart or important to say, but for somebody that's as big of a fan of history, and especially World War II history and the men of Easy Company, to actually be here, I'm actually speechless. This is incredible. And look at this. You can just see these foxholes all over the place. We're gonna go take a look at a few more of them here. Look at here. You can actually see the foxholes that these guys dug out. Here's another one over here. Oh my gosh, how cool is this? Now, it's probably reasonable to assume that over the past 75 years, these have been freshened up and maybe, kind of redug. But this is where they were. There's another one right there. And I don't think that I can come halfway around the world to the Beaujolais, where Easy Company was stationed, and not actually get in one of the foxholes. So this is the view right here. Whoever occupied this particular foxhole, looking to the east. holding the line. Man, oh man.
Heavy are the eyelids that hold the world in their flutter, the world in their flutter. Heavy are the eyelids that hold the world in their flutter, the world in their flutter.
Okay, now, a lot of people that come to the Beaujolais make a few mistakes. If you look behind me, you can see the town of Foy, or Foix. I use those interchangeably. And a lot of people think that this is where Easy Company launched the assault, which you see in episodes 6 and 7 on Band of Brothers. And man, here's a foxhole that's really been dug out. The assault wasn't actually launched from the Beaujolais. The series kind of leads you to believe that they were in the same patch of woods the entire time. They actually moved around, I think 3 different times. If we have time, I may try and go to the spot where they launched the attack on Foix. Now, in this set of woods, Easy Company came under artillery fire on several different occasions. But in the episode where Bill Garnier and Joe Toy both lose their legs, that happened right here in this set of woods. Gosh. Something else. Okay, so as I've already mentioned, whenever you're here in the Beaujolais, there's a road that runs right in front of it. And like I said, this formed the outer perimeter on the eastern side for Easy Company. And on the 2nd of January, they actually moved across in this direction to try and clear out these woods and find out where the German positions were. And if you watch those few episodes of Band of Brothers where they are in Bastogne, this is where Hubler accidentally shoots himself. Now in the series, they say it's a Luger that he had picked up from somebody that he shot here in Bastogne. In reality, he had got the pistol in Holland, and it was, I think, a Belgian 32. I could be wrong on that, but it wasn't a Luger. But anyway, it was a pistol that didn't have a safety on it, and he had it in his pocket, and he stood up to shake some of the snow off of his uniform, and something caught on his pocket, gun went off, and he ended up bleeding out there. Now, over here, it looks like somebody has reconstructed a bit of a what the foxhole would have looked like here. Looks like somebody's reconstructed this foxhole with some branches. That's kind of cool because it shows you what it would have looked like. Whoop! I about slipped and fell on that pine cone. Oh my gosh. How embarrassing would it be to come all the way to Bastogne where these men survived and I get taken out by a pine cone? Alright, so this section that I'm in right now, you can kind of see this clearing behind me. This is the area where Dick Winters had set up his command post. So you can read about that both in his book and also in Band of Brothers, and then see it depicted on the TV show. And the part of the TV show where it shows him shaving, they got like 30 below zero out here. in the Ardennes forest that winter of '44, and he still wanted to maintain discipline and wanted to have his troops see him, keeping himself clean, and really was instrumental in helping to hold this line during the Battle of the Bulge. So yeah, somewhere out in here, this is where Winters would have had his command post. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're going through the town of Foy, and we don't have a ton of time, but I really wanted to make a quick stop right here. If you look at this building, you can still see some bullet holes and some damage around this window. Well, whenever Easy Company moved into the town, there was a German sniper that was positioned right here, and if you remember from the series or from any of the books that talk about Easy Company, Shifty Powers is the guy who, I guess you could say, neutralized that German sniper. And yeah, he was set up right over there at the end of the street on the right hand side behind that far building. But yeah, right there is where the German sniper was set up. Pretty crazy. Okay, well, we are losing daylight, but I'm going to try and make it over to another set of woods and show the spot where the attack on Foy was launched from. That is, if I can find my way over there. I've studied the maps, so I think I can. Anyway, we're gonna jump in the car here, make a quick run while we still got good daylight, and see if we can find it. Okay, so I'm now in a section of woods kind of to the southwest of Foy, and definitely to the west of the Beaujacques. And in the episode where they launched the attack on Foy and Lieutenant Dyke is relieved of command by Spears, that happened right here. This is the set of woods where the attack was launched from. Now, if you look behind me, I say it was from right here. It was generally right here. Originally, these woods stretched out into this field a little bit further, but I think from what I've heard and read back in the 60s or 70s, they ended up clearing out this section of woods. So it would have actually gone more to kind of the crest of this hill right here, where they could actually overlook and see the town. But yeah, this is where the attack on Foy was launched from. Again, I wish I had something more poignant to say, or some words that actually meant something, but all I can say is that it's just it's been amazing to be here. To some people, this may just be woods and fields, but whenever you know what happened here and know the history, know about the men who fought and died here and spilled their blood, it just gives the place a little extra weight and a little extra meaning. So that was the Easy Company perimeter of Bastogne, and I guess now we'll be off to the next place.